So y'all requested it. I'm gonna give y'all the answer, all right? And I apologize for sounding like I'm sick. I am just a little bit, I'm congested, but I wash my hands and I don't have coronavirus. So everything's good. That's a rare situation, ending up in Europe at age 21 just for sports. But what else could I have done? Like, this is a weird story, honestly. It's not hard for me to explain no more because I could laugh about it and I could just look back on it as a learning experience. But at the end of the day, it's highly uncommon for a 21-year-old to just get up and go to Europe, especially after college football season. Like, it was just one of the most weird things I've ever experienced. But man, I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the best times I've ever had in my life, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the story on what happened. I graduated high school in 2015 from Buckhorn High School out of New Market, Alabama. At the time, the school was a 7A classification, one of the highest in Alabama. I don't know what happened to it now. But anyway, I ended up going to junior college, taking the junior college route, and signed with Nassau Community College under Joe Ossovic. I had a pretty solid freshman year. Yeah, had a pretty solid freshman year. It wasn't too bad. I feel as if I did a good job. I got an offer. I got my first offer from Lindenwood, Belleville, I think it was. It's like an NAI school at the time, but that was my freshman year. So my sophomore year comes and I started, that's when the offers started rolling in. So Joe Ossovic ends up transferring to Nassau, from Nassau to ASA Junior College in Brooklyn, New York. So I ended up following him. So I followed him to ASA College in New York, and I have a pretty solid sophomore season. I started getting offers just from Division I, Division II, Division III, and NAIA. So, Division III don't offer athletic scholarships, but I ended up getting those offers, and I thought everything was okay. Turns out it wasn't. So what had happened was, if you're not familiar with what kind of school ASA College is in Brooklyn, New York, man, it's honestly a weird college. Honestly, it's a very, very strange college. It doesn't have any dorms. It doesn't have any it's not an actual campus. It's not an actual campus. I swear I'm not blaming anybody or the school or anything for this, but I took classes from ASA College and they end up not transferring. So I'm short on credits. So my sophomore season ends and I'm over here searching for a school, all right? So go to Jacksonville State. I end up signing with Jacksonville State University. Go Gamecocks, stay cocky. End up signing with them, and then boom, I'm hit. I can't transfer. I end up looking at Huntington College in Montgomery, Alabama. Boom, I'm hit with that, all right? It wasn't enough, still short on classes, all right? I ended up trying Bethel University. I think it was in McKenzie, Tennessee. Bethel University in McKenzie, Tennessee. I tried that, went on a visit, everything was good. Then, boom, I got hit with that again. Classes don't transfer, so I'm like, what in the world is going on? So little did I know anything about ASA College, all right? I just knew that guys transferred out and all that, so I think that I didn't do my homework, and I think that was on me at the end of the day. During this whole process, I'm just thinking, man, what in the world is going on? So I ended up finding one school, and that's Kentucky State University. I ended up finding Kentucky State University out of Frankfort, Kentucky. HBCU school, go Thoroughbreds, of course. Man, I'm not gonna lie, that was the most fun time I've ever had in my life too. Kentucky State University was so cool. It was just full of nice, just upfront, down-to-earth people, man. It was just a good experience. But this is what happened, and this is where everything starts going downhill. It turns out that my transcripts have not arrived from ASA College. So I'm like, what in the world is going on? At this time, it's okay, all right? So I believe I can talk about this now. So Kentucky State ended up letting me into school, regardless if I didn't have my transcripts, all right? I'm an athlete, let's be completely transparent. NCAA, college, universities, they do worse stuff than that, all right? So I got admitted to a college without the proper paperwork. So let's just clear that, all right? So 2 weeks go by. 2 weeks goes by, and I still don't have my transcripts in. So what's going on is I'm short of credits, even worse. You know, so they haven't got my transcripts in yet. So what am I doing? I know in the back of my head, I know something's going on. I know something's about to happen, because every time I get a gut feeling somewhere like right here, I'm always right. I'm undefeated when I feel that way. So I know something's about to happen, but I'm just staying positive and I'm enjoying the moment, because man, that just experiencing camp and just experiencing like HBCU life is just crazy. I had fun, all right? Let's just be honest. I had so much fun at Kentucky State, but my paperwork wasn't in, and they still let me in a university. So we have a scrimmage. And everything went well, all right? After that, Coach John L. Smith calls me to his office, and my DB coach, Wade Green, is in there. Man, I love them both, man. Both of those guys are great, man. They're awesome people. Awesome people. I don't have nothing towards them or anything. So they called me into his office, and they're like, could you have a seat? Told me to have a seat, and I'm sweating. Like, I'm sweating in my Kentucky State gear. I was like, oh God, I'm like, what is about to happen? So I'm scared. So Coach Smith just told me, hey, you're ineligible. You can't be here. You have to go back to junior college and get your AA or get your degree. I'm like, what?
Hey, yo, what the?
I'm like, what in the world just happened? And Coach Green said, you have to go back to junior college and finish your degree. I'm like, wait, what? I was like, I got at least 120 or something credits of transfer work. Like, what's going on about it? I said, okay. I'll get back in touch with y'all sometime later today or probably tomorrow, all right? So everything just fell apart at that moment. So I'm just like, God dang it. So I go to the bursar's office or whatever, and all this stuff, and I'm just like, I'm trying to find solutions of like how to get my transcripts there. So I'm like, golly, I need my transcripts. I need them. My transcripts are still at my junior college in New York, ASA College. So I call ASA College, and I'm like, hey, I paid $5 for this. Can I, why haven't I got this? And they're just not like, just telling me I'm not sure what you're talking about and all this stuff. I emailed them receipts of my payment to send my transcripts. Man, I didn't get my transcripts for a long time. So it was crazy, man. It was just crazy. It was crazy, man. It was just, I took online credits, and apparently they didn't transfer. And then on top of that, my transcripts didn't transfer over anyway. So I just got hit with 2 nines in my back already. So I'm like, golly, what's going on? It was a very strange feeling. So the worst part about all this was I didn't know what was next. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was in tears, man. I was just distraught. I mean, it was just like, golly. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to do anything. I don't know if y'all understand that feeling of not wanting to go out anywhere because you feel like a failure. Like, you know, you set so many high expectations for yourself, and you just return home and it's like, God dang it. I don't want to be a hometown hero, because they never leave home. Like, what am I gonna do now? Like, what in the world am I gonna do? And then I remember there was a teammate from ASA College named Chris Litsby. He was a quarterback of mine. He's from Copenhagen, Denmark. And he said something to me about Euro players, I think it was at this time. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this out. So I make a profile, and this is October, all right? This is October of 2017. And I'm with my boy Malik Adams, and I'm working out with him. So I end up hitting up Euro players, and next thing you know, I get an offer from this team in Serbia. I forgot what the name is. I think the team done folded already, but I ended up getting an offer from a team in Serbia. Man, that was crazy, because it came fast. It just came so fast. But it was all good, man. It was cool. But, you know, I'm just like, man, you know what? I don't want to play overseas, so I'm just contemplating. I'm like, man, this sucks, bro. So I'm still trying to contact colleges, like trying to find loopholes on what I want to do. I want to play in the States still. And it was just crazy, man, because I was just thinking so different compared to the way I was now. If I wasn't in a rush to just go to college and just think of football first, and I don't think I would have been in this situation. I don't know where I would have been right now, but that's just an immature and an ignorant version of me not taking academics seriously in high school, all right? So first of all, it's my fault. I blame myself for everything that just happened, you know, with my college career, because it was on me starting in high school. But I started to take grades a little bit more serious in college because, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, college was easier than high school for some odd reason. I don't know why. So then there's this team in Poland that hit me up. And this is about, I think it was like December. So months go by and I'm working out with my boy Malik Adams. He picks me up and now I'm just ready to go. Now I'm just like, all right, I'm ready to go. I'm back. I'm ready to do this. Like, I'm ready to take on new challenges. Like, I've accepted the fact that I can't play college football no more, right? So to finish that story, to go back, I get an email from my school account. So they message me, they like, you have a hold on your account. So at this point I'm choosing, is it gonna be college or is it gonna be overseas? So I saw the hold on my account and I had to pay, I think, half the full tuition, and I'm like, oh no, for that entire year, not the whole 4 years, but just that entire year. So I'm like, I can't pay that. So it was out of state too. So I'm just like, Jesus Christ. So Americans, y'all know about this out of state fees and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, I'm going overseas, forget it. You know, college ain't for me. It's, you know, it's whatever, it is what it is. So I just let it go. Honestly, just let it go. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I had to make a decision if it was just gonna be Poland or Serbia. So I was like, okay. I think I'll go to Poland because I didn't know anything about Serbia at the time. Honestly, Poland was much more interesting just from what I found. Like the team that I signed with in Poland, it was much more interesting at the time. And it was their first year in first division. So I was basically their first import in first division in 2018. So it was all good. Moving forward, it was just a weird situation how I had to choose college or overseas. I chose overseas because I felt like I could do it. I took a leap of faith. But let me get back on track. There's some stuff I left out. Before I went to Poland, my mom was telling me, I don't think you should get a job and all that. So I ended up doing it. I ended up taking that job or whatever. I worked at McDonald's for a little bit, and it was the most embarrassing thing I ever did. I ended up experiencing a 9-to-5 life, and it was disturbing, actually. I came in at 6 in the morning and got off at 3. So it wasn't all bad. I'm over here gassing it, but it wasn't all bad. But it's just like, dude, this sucks. Like, I hate working. Like, it's just something about fast food chains that I can't work with people in there. I don't know why. But McDonald's was slaving anyway, so I didn't even like that. I was at my mom's crib for a little bit, and it was crazy. It was crazy because I didn't want to leave it. But then again, my guy Malik had told me, hey, man, you just gotta do what you gotta do. My first year in Europe at 21, it was nuts. It was really nuts. So I had a good season. I felt disrespected, man. Why did I feel so disrespected my first year in Europe? I don't know. I really have no idea. I can't even tell you why myself. I wanted to prove that I belong there because, yeah, I participated at Kentucky State. I saw the games and all that stuff, but it was just like, man, like, something told me these people did not respect me as a player because of where I came from. And little did I know, that's just how the sports world is. Like, you know, if you don't have no type of resume or anything like that, you know, people won't respect you. Let's just be transparent for a second. So, playing in Europe at the age of 21, I was a huge kid. Like, pretty much, I had to let my presence be known. Like, hey, I'm here. I'm here with y'all. I'm here with D1 guys. NAIA guys, D3, you know, former NFL players and CFL players. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna prove that I can play with y'all at 21. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 21 years old and playing in Poland, and I'm just like, okay. It was kind of my fault why people just like, you know, don't want to credit me for a lot of stuff because of the way I carried myself my first year in Poland. But man, I came over with a chip on my shoulder at the age of 21 because I'm like, man, if nobody ain't gonna respect me, I'm gonna just make them respect me. I'm gonna demand respect, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm the best there is. I'm saying all this stuff. I'm the best. You can't beat me and all this stuff. I should be here, I should be there. And so I'm just like, man, golly. Now that I look back on it, I'm just like, because honestly, it was one of the most embarrassing things I could have ever done. But there were a lot of teams that wanted to pull that trigger, but I think people got the idea that I was a trouble guy, but I never got in trouble or never done anything, never got in trouble with the law. So, you know, it is what it is. People who never had a simple conversation with you are definitely gonna judge you without even talking to you. So, but it's okay though. I'm happy with what I got now. So it's all good. At 21 years old, I ended up in Europe that way. And it was just a weird, thing. I took it and ran with it, man. I made the best of what I had. 2018 was cool because I actually experienced the other side of the world at 21, something a lot of people couldn't do. And, you know, so it was a fun experience. But one thing I do wish I had known was just how to move, and I wish I had somebody in my corner at that time. Off the field, I'm just chilling, you know what I'm saying? I just want to be ducked off, enjoy myself, make new friends and all that stuff. And I had a pretty good time my first year in Europe. So that's how I ended up over here in Europe. I'm going on about to enter my 6th season next year. And I'm pretty excited about it because honestly, I didn't think I'd last this long. Because, man, I'm just, but yeah. Ta-da.